about this dilemma. I don't know where the pit is.
You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. So we ended up actually getting home, getting my pickup, and I'll run down why and what we're doing this week. So appreciate you guys watching along. It is 4:20, it's 35 degrees out, and we got to get going. Okay, so me and Yanko are jumping across Massachusetts. We're going to go get in the semi, and we're hauling manure. So another good week. This week actually looks like it's going to be pretty warm, like 60 something at the end of the week. Some rain, so we will see. Drag line they'll be setting up today, and we'll be in a different location. Last week it didn't go according to plan, but that's sometimes how it is. I did forget to mention the alternator on the truck. When they tested it at Chelmsford Electric, it actually was good. So I'm thinking the regulator had something messed up, so they switched the regulator out that's on it, and away it went. And we've been really, really good since. The truck's been running really good. But we're getting some 515 diesel here before we hit New York because it jumps up quite a bit. So, alrighty. I did go in to try to get some McDonald's, but they don't open until 6. I'm not going to stand around for 20 minutes. So I'm going to fuel up and get going. As far as why am I in my pickup all of a sudden? Well, my friend picked me up, gave me a ride back. I actually went to Vermont and then got a ride back to my pickup. Just makes more efficiency if we were not going to be running manure today. I was gonna get the 7520 and the corn planter over to Frank's and load the planter on the trailer and at least get the trailer out. The truck's been running really, really good since I found that issue with the plug on the transmission controller, the TCM. So, yeah. But I got back to my house last night. We watched a little bit of football game. And then went to bed. Got up at 3 o'clock this morning. On the road at 4. Had to pack stuff, do laundry, stuff like that. So now at least I have my pickup, because it's really not great when you don't have a means of transportation around other than a big truck. So, alrighty, that's where we're at. We got quite a bit of time still on the road, so I'm just gonna keep after it. Probably stop, get some breakfast at some point. I got drinks, and we still got to fix my taillight. The taillight, the blinker and this right rear blinker's out on this truck, and it tells you that. So we'll have to do that this evening. Probably oil change and do that. We'll see how the day goes, how long we run for, and we'll give you a rundown of what we're actually doing this week once we get there. We stopped at Stewart's, got some breakfast pizza. I'm just whining because there's birds flying by. It's pretty chilly this morning. We do have to, on the Mac, last week, I went to plug in to charge my phone at the end of the day, and the radio wasn't working, and I didn't have any power going to those relays, or those circuit breakers, or they're fuses, but old school fuses. So I brought the power probe to see what is going on with it. Alrighty. Let's do that. Let's check the oil, run through everything. Somebody last week, well, this thing's ripping. Somebody last week did say Heisey Boots was hooking it up. They were. I wore them pretty much all last week because of the mud, and it actually, I drove in them and everything else, which usually I love switching to shoes and driving because is just so much more comfort. But yeah, definitely made it good. So 4 out of the 5 of the trucks are here. I think the other truck they moved when they were unloading the frac tank. I think just these 3 trucks, maybe that other one, and then that will be it that's running this week. So maybe some at the farm, but James is gonna run hose reel and hose humper. Yeah, so let me dive into it. You know, it'd be cool if it just started working right now, but I don't think so, because when you turn the power on, well, it works. So we don't even have to mess with it. That's good. We do have the power probe. Inca's making a little mess. Somebody said, oh, you need to get a seat cover. It's just part of life. This window is going to take forever to defrost, so let me get going. So I do have to get these louvers actually fixed. The valve that's underneath that ties to the coolant to open and close for the air doesn't work. But this warms it up. You can see it's defrosted. So I got home yesterday and I was like, what's this package? And Paul Lynch from Ireland, from says on your business card here, it says 3 locations, but you're from Ireland. You sent me some cool things. So I got some tools from you and I really appreciate that. That is friggin' cool. So Duffy Ag, 1 man and his dog, the Irish license plate. We're gonna see if that will sit up in the front windshield. I appreciate it, Paul. So I got some really good support from you guys and I appreciate all of it. Got both trucks started. Oh, that sits there good. Might put it on the other side because I do drop stuff down. But yeah, so I'm gonna let it warm up, wait for the other driver, sit, finish my breakfast pizza, and then we'll get going. On the move. So running solar right now. They said be at the farm no earlier than 8 o'clock. We're gonna get there at 8:30. So everybody else, it's Monday. You gotta ease into it, especially right after the Super Bowl. So yeah, but we're gonna cruise along. We got about a 50-minute ride north, and we'll be in an area we've been in before. Haul into a different location than ever before, but yeah, we're gonna find out. So we're pulling into Scaticoke, and there's a dairy right out there. That's where you came from, Yanko. We still keep in touch with them, actually. Good, great people. So I saw Greg this summer. Yeah, he was moving bales. Took him to lunch, actually. Pulling into Scaticoke here. Damn close to my old stomping ground, so yeah, right out yonder. I didn't realize that they put all this solar out on those fields. In my personal opinion, putting solar on agricultural fields, unless like it doesn't yield anything, is just sad. And I know there's a lot of places that they're putting like 1,800 acres worth of solar on ag ground in New York and stuff like that. Because once it's solar, yeah, renewable energy. Put it in places that you can't grow any crops. Starvation is going to be interesting someday when reality really hits people that they need farm grounds to actually eat. So unless you guys like fake meat and stuff that's growing in laboratories, nope. Well, we are here. We got some good power on it today. 7280R. So this is all separated manure. So very liquidy, no sand, which is good. But, yeah, quite a pump tractor. So we'll let her warm up for a few minutes. I like that. I hate when people remove the keys. Did not like that. It is an R series. I'll let it cycle again. Green star. Oh, let's turn the, because we definitely don't need the AC on. This must run a Kloss triple mower. That's what that box is. I was worried about this dilemma. I don't know where the pit is. So I've done the big circle up and around everywhere. The articulate with the applicator on it is parked in a field over yonder. The frac tank and the pump are parked right there. I was given this address, but there's no manure pit here. Unless it's hidden. But it's really gonna be hidden. I walked around everywhere. I walked through other machine sheds too. Got some cool stuff. I got a 4555 sitting back there, which I always have thought that would be a cool tractor. Long hood, 55 series, 2-wheel drive. Yeah, always a big fan of it. The hood, I just like the look of the hoods. The hoods look awesome. So, alrighty. Well, I'm gonna eat some tacos. At least eat one. I'm hungry. And I think Mike's gonna come here, and he's never been to this pit. So we're gonna do some figuring on it. Hey, we figured it out. We had to go further down the road. A lot of learning. Usually they put the frac tank somewhere here. Well, they can drag right out of this location and right into some grass ground quite a bit. So one of their trucks just showed up. So we got 2 Dillers, myself, and I think the one Hainsworth should be on its way from the guy that we hauled with last week. So all morning we've been backing in and feeding into the pit. They're gonna drop the pump in there, which means we can't back in there. So they actually set the frac tank up in here, and it's just gravity into it. So keeping her moving. They'll be setting up hose soon. It takes quite a bit when you gotta move that stuff. In a car, it took me 50 minutes from that other place. So they had to make 2 trips today, never mind the frac tank and everything else was already moved. So loading in. And they got it where it's just running down, running back in, which makes it convenient. We don't have to back all the way down there or nothing. I was fine with backing down. The bigger tankers struggle a little bit, but they just got the valve open, it's running out. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, right? Come on, bud. Going that way just takes a beating. So we're backing up, but if you go pull up in front of them, then you can back right in. So it's gravitying out of here. Granted, when I pulled up, there was a diller. He unloaded, and I unloaded immediately, so had quite a little bit of manure unloading all together. I do see that I got a little dribble here, so we're gonna have to tighten that clamp. Granted, this being separated manure, it will find every hole possible. So if that's our only downside, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, They are all set up here. They're gonna get the reel, and then they're gonna start running hose out. But pumps in. They gotta do the feed pump, and then easy enough. They'll start reeling up the hose. I don't know if they'll run any today, or if this will be a tomorrow thing. That's one thing, setting up, moving, it takes time. A little different variety of manure relocating going on right here. They got a side slinger. They're out spreading a little bit. Dang traffic, slowing me down. So we're coming down and we're jumping across the canal here, which that would be, well, Hudson River feeds down into New York City here. But it's all canal water. And we gotta go across this bridge, and this bridge makes, ooh, knocked you guys down. You can't stop there with the semi because you're in the intersection, which is really inconvenient. But this bridge makes it a little interesting because some people don't realize that you really can't fit two vehicles across it together. But some people try to in cars, but in the trucks, not even a chance. So jump across here, and then it's not really a bad ride. A little bit of rolling hills and whatnot, and but we're spaced out about perfect. I do a little bit of sitting when I get there, but not much. I think the other guys don't do any sitting at all. I do a little bit. Yep, run up here 2 miles or so and jump over. It's about 35-minute round trip. So last week it was about an hour round trip. So we've been moving some manure today. It's been 5 trucks. It actually has dropped quite a bit. So, but they might fill it back up because they can move in multiple pits depending on product in storage, so they might move some over tomorrow and it will be full again, and the other one will be empty. Yeah, windows down, cruising along, 50 degrees. This is living. So, closing date, February 21st. I got my fees and everything else like that, so chunk of change that I gotta pay, but things are good. Things are really, really good. So 21st in the afternoon, the lawyers finally got everything lined up, and we're gonna close on our first piece of property. Hopefully first of many, because I do want to keep growing myself, and buying land, it's land. It's always an investment. And I want to farm more ground, so not a ton, but I got, if we get to 500 acres of crop ground, and we're gonna get some beef in our life at some point, probably by the fall. Keep a couple trucks busy on the road and keep living the dream. It'll be good, but baby steps. We're not doing that on year 1. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, and yeah, lose track of time. So it's 5 o'clock now. Last load's going in, 1 tanker behind me, and then we got to make a 50-minute trip south to get the pickup, and then we can go home, find some dinner. Yeah, James is, they're out finishing up what they got to do. I think they got the booster pump all lined up, and I don't know if they started running out any hose or not, but I'm gonna I was pulling up in front and then backing up. That's what we were doing. Might as well let him back right up, get out of there. In no rush right now because I gotta wait on the other truck. Well, other truck's the last one, but I gotta wait on the applicator to give me a ride down to my truck. How are you doing? It's past dinner time for you, but we left your food in the truck. But did you eat some tacos with me? Yeah, you ate some tacos. What were you just eating out there? Anything good? Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Another beautiful warm day. Look at the sunset going down. Yeah. Talked to the owner here at this property that he rents the ground out, and I was like, oh, it's been a pretty good winter, and he's like, not when you're trying to log. I said, that is true. It's a mud hole probably, ain't it? Yeah. So this is one of the farm's rigs. They got two pretty identical setups, and they're done for the day too. Start early in the morning. The other truck is behind me. I'll pull way up so he can get in. This thing needs a pretty good bath, but we're running so much that I don't really have time. Maybe I should have watched it this weekend, but I figured I should take some time off. Yeah, that's stuff I had to do, but I got that open, or this open, just so I can see what's going on down inside of it. This stuff should have cleaned this tank out really well, because it's just liquid, so it's slopping around. Any sand that was left in it should be really, really good. I was hoping that other truck would pull right up, because he could load into it too right now. But let it suck right down and be good. Look at it drain right out. Yeah. Does a good job. Ended up getting back later. We stopped, got food. Been a long day. So, short one for you guys, but appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing, and see you on the next one. Have a good one.